Hi. In my work with families, I like to boil things down to their essence, the things that are most important. And when it comes to a child's development, regardless where they live, what the circumstances are, there are 4 things that all children need to develop to their fullest potential. The first thing is relationships. Children are nurtured physically, emotionally, and intellectually via that secure attachment or bond they form with that important adult. Now, it's usually a biological parent, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to be an adult that matters, and an adult that shows up and is present, at least for certain times throughout the day, fully tuned in on that child. Now, child-directed play, where the child leads the play and the adult follows, is the best kind of play, and there's information about that on my website at patblackwellphd.com. Check it out. But not multitasking, being tuned into the child, being there at predictable times throughout the day. Sometimes it's bedtime, sometimes it's a regular scheduled playtime. This really matters to children to form that secure bond and relationship. The second R is routines. Now, in the first 3 years of life, the brain is developing at its most rapid pace. It develops throughout the lifespan, but those first 3 years of life are especially important because the brain is still forming. Those little neurons are going to where they need to go in the brain. And the order and structure provided by the external world helps the internal world of the brain to be able to develop to its fullest potential. Children who are in chaotic environments where there's lots of stress and unpredictability, their brain may get stuck doing what it's supposed to do, following the blueprint of genetics, okay? The brain develops, the child develops by the influence of both genetics, nature, and environment, nurture. They both matter, probably 50%, okay? So one of the most important elements then in that environment is predictability. Rules, limits, routines, those things are settling to a child, reduces their anxiety, increases their security, helps the brain to move forward and develop as nature intends. The third R is reliable caregiving. Now, this refers to all the things parents provide for the physical and educational well-being of their child. Things like medical care, schools, dental care, mental health care, nutrition, those sorts of things. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, choosing a school that meets your child's needs doesn't have to be the most expensive school for your child to fulfill their potential. It needs to be good enough, and parents can pick up the slack for some of the things that aren't provided at school. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but it matters. The fourth R is regulation, and this refers to discipline. I feel like discipline, the 2 most important goals are self-control and self-esteem. Self-control and self-esteem. Discipline is teaching, and in order to teach, you need sort of a lesson plan and a toolkit, and that's what regulation is, that toolkit. Now, punishment may be one of your tools, but it shouldn't be the only tool you have. You want to be armed with a variety of tools if you construct a building, right? Same with children. You don't want to just have the hammer, which is discipline. So, in videos to come, I'll present your discipline toolkit. So those are the 4 R's of parenting. Check it out on the website, patblackwellphd.com. Be well.